This is Justin Williams, Ph.D.
I'm an associate professor of history at the City College of New York. My specialties are in modern African history and the history of the African diaspora.
This is also Justin Williams.
You want to know what New York is really like? Go into your closet, close the door, and deduct $2,000 from your checking account every month.
Do you have to be a stand-up comedian nowadays to keep students interested?
I tell you, it doesn't hurt. The ways in which you can become a more effective stand-up comic actually doesn't have a lot of overlap with being in the classroom. It's about making the information relevant to that person.
Williams has performed nationally for over a decade.
I'm a black guy that wears glasses, which means I have to know things. Because if I don't know things and other black people see me, they get angry. Like, hey man, what's the square root of 9? I don't know. Why you got them glasses on? You're supposed to be a leader in the community, man.
Any skills you have to hold people's attention in the social media era are very useful. I actually moved around a lot growing up. I had 2 divorced parents, and so I was moving back and forth between Dallas, Texas, and Kansas City. And when you're the new kid, the easiest way to make friends is always to be the class clown. So that's where that develops. Growing up, I've been watching stand-up comedy since I was little. So, the first 3 comics I remember really gravitating towards were Richard Pryor, George Carlin, and Rodney Dangerfield.
Last week was rough. Are you kidding? Last week I looked up my family tree. 2 dogs were using it.
I was fully an adult. I had just moved to New York, and I went to Caroline's Comedy Club to see Paul Mooney.
White folks worship golf. I don't like golf courses. They look like a plantation. I'm from the South. I get mad every time I see one.
To see somebody speak that way and be incredibly provocative with an audience, I was like, I don't want to do exactly what Paul Mooney's doing, but I know I want to be in an environment like this, and started performing. And I've been performing consistently now. I mean, God, it's probably 13 years now, something like that.
And while Williams never does his nightclub material in class,
I just went on an improvised rant about the stereotypes of college students around. The person who doesn't turn in any work during the entire semester, and they send the professor an email that says, how can I get an A in this class? Pajama students are another one, the ones that just never actually ever change clothes from getting out of bed. That was something that the kids kind of got a kick out of.
Nowadays, a comedian has to do more than just stand up to get their name out there.
What y'all mad at me for? Y'all still upset about Pluto? It's not a planet because it's too small. That just shows what you know.
And Williams' podcast shows off his versatility.
That's right. I do podcasts. I'm the co-host of the Fraudsters podcast. We are a true crime podcast that's on the Last Podcast Network. If you like true crime with good amount of research, but also a lot of jokes, check out Fraudsters with my co-host, Sina Ghaznavi.
All you liars, cheaters, and grifters better watch out because we're on the case.
And if a TV network comes calling with a development deal, Williams says he'll stick with CUNY.
I love comedy, and it's great. I'm going to work in comedy for the rest of my life, but I wouldn't give up teaching. I like connecting with people. And also, what we do at CUNY is part of a broader social mission of social uplift. I always tell people I have the most amazing job in the world at CCNY downtown, where I'm teaching immigrants and the children of immigrants while our window looks out on the Statue of Liberty.
Catch Justin Williams at Caveat on the Lower East Side in Manhattan and the Brick City Comedy Review in downtown Newark, New Jersey.
If you want to see more of me, please go to justinwilliamscomedy.com. If you send me an email, I'll come to your house.
Barry Mitchell for Urban U.